Okay, and taking this these times that we live in, with the whole people are purchasing with us instead of face to face through Zoom, to get a mortgage, to get a loan, does one have to be in Israel?
Absolutely not. The entire process can be done from abroad. We've funded many mortgages where we actually, unfortunately, never had the pleasure to even meet our clients. We take care of all the paperwork, so we would be sending them the paperwork. They would be notarizing and apostilling, for example, the power of attorney for their lawyer or for whoever would be representing them here on the signing. They would come in, their local contact, generally speaking, is their lawyer, would come in and sign at the bank, sign and open up their bank account. And they wouldn't even have to come into Israel.
I understand. So from what I'm understanding from all these previous questions, it's very important for the real estate agent to be in a really good relationship with the mortgage consultant and the lawyer in order to give the best package deal to the clients who are abroad, purchasing from abroad.
Most definitely. They're their eyes and ears. So they're working with people that they trust. Either they're, got a strong recommendation from a friend or from a lawyer abroad. And therefore, because the system, as I mentioned at the beginning, there's no transparency, they want to work with people that they feel make them comfortable with how the process works here in Israel.
And one of the questions I ask them all the time is, how long would it take me to purchase a property in Israel? And then we go into the specific details. How long does it take to do the diligence, to find the place, if it's under construction? What would you recommend me saying would be the best answer for the whole mortgage loan pre-approved approval process?
So it's very important that people realize that when you're getting a pre-approval for a mortgage, it's for yourself as a borrower. It's not for a specific property. So if somebody's starting to shop and they want to know that they can finance the deal, first of all, in the US, typically you'll have a mortgage contingency clause in the contract. In Israel, that typically does not exist. So somebody who's looking for finance would want to get a pre-approval. The pre-approval in Israel is valid for 90 days. The actual rates are valid for 24 days at a time. And again, it's not for a specific project. So if something falls through, they know that they have the financing lined up and they can use that for a different purchase.
So the pre-approved, you said, will take how long?
The pre-approval is valid for 90 days.
For 90 days.
On a loan less than 5 million shekel, I would allow 7 to 10 business days to get a pre-approval.
And the actual approval of a loan of a 5 million shekel?
Yes. So a loan above 5 million shekel, I would allow, let's say, probably 10 to 20 days.
And the whole process of collecting the entire loan from the bank and moving forward with the contract to the lawyer to complete the purchase, how long would you give that?
Once we have an approval, I would allow for like 45 to 60 days for the bank to be able to fund, whether it's to be the first payment of the funding. Generally, the bank is going to be the last money into the deal, or to actually make that last payment to complete the purchase. Because it's a process that has to happen. There's documentation that has to be signed by both sides.
So as a negotiation point of view, assuming I have a pre-approved of 75%, the best negotiation tool I could use is telling the client who wants to borrow to purchase a property is 25% down payment with your money, and then 60 days, 75%. And if someone's only borrowing 50, there's always that 60 days in between of completing the mortgage. That will be the best case scenario. Correct.
Okay. That's definitely doable.